Hello, it's David at DCES UK, currently on my hollybobs after jetting off to a Greek island for a week. 25 Celsius at night and a whiskey and coke for breakfast every morning. That's my idea of cock. I'm indeed on, my friends. But this video isn't about my holiday or even any electrical malarkey. Although we will, of course, have a quick nose around the installation here in my villa, as any self-respecting sparky does when kicking it large on a drunken jolly abroad. Instead, this video is about some of the junk mail my business account attracts, and a couple of these scams and marketing nonsense to look out for if you're just setting up shop for yourselves. But before we bore ourselves with that dreadfulness, let's have a poke around at just how our mutual friend, Johnny Foreigner, goes about splitting circuits here in this sun-soaked corner of the Mediterranean. Now, we Brits know that pretty much every other country, quite rightly in my opinion, thinks ring circuits are a load of old fanny, and World Plus Dog prefers to pile in a higher number of lower power radials, this villa being no exception. I found 3 distribution boards, DB1 at the entrance, DB2 on the landing, and DB3 in the garage. I'm afraid I can't tell you what the individual circuits themselves are doing. It's all bloody Greek to me. It seems the source of the installation is locked away behind me, so I can't show you anything fun on the intake. Sorry about that. Apologies as well for any noise using the selfie stick. This is a new camera and I haven't got the microphone attachment yet, but this is DB1. I thought we'd have a closer look at it. Interesting set of fuse carriers there. Not come across those before in my travels. Looks like they may have a illuminatrix to light up if the fuse goes. 40 amp, 30 milliamp RCD, 4-pole. That's just for this board, I believe. It says mains power switch. I haven't tried flicking it off and I don't really want to. But I think that's just for this board. Each board has one of these curious little things here, which is presumably an indicator that the phases are all present and correct. A rather nice little thing, that. There need to be more lights in UK distribution boards. A couple of dodgy holes. Well, it wouldn't be a Greek fuse box if there wasn't a hole or two. This is one of the better examples I've seen on my travels. I'll put a picture up now of a second place we stayed on this holiday where, there was some dirty great holes that you could go sticking anything you want into, but never mind. No test and inspection stickers on any of this stuff. Got a big contactor. The whole installation is, well, I say the whole installation. You've got one of these key switches, which shuts most of the power off when you're out. So I don't know if that's what this contactor is doing. Actually, there's 3 contactors there. Interesting, but yeah, no idea. Awful lot of circuits, though. Awful lot of circuits. That's DB1. Let's take a trek up to see DB2, which is on the landing. It's only a 3-bedroom villa, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. So quite curious that there are quite so many circuits here. Now I'm presuming that these 3 contactors are for the 3-bedroom air conditioning units, and that these are probably the circuits supplying those contactors. A lot of 10 amp circuits, 16 amps. The 25s, what are we thinking? They've got to be for the aircon, haven't they? I should probably use my visual translate program, but the Wi-Fi's gone down. I can't tell you about that at the moment. This one's buzzing away. So whatever the big contactor is doing there, it's doing it right now. DB3 is perhaps the most interesting of the bunch. I do like these recessed Hager boards as well. I think that, yeah, they are metal. Nice big things sunk into the wall there. We've got here a hot water override. We are, of course, on solar hot water here, so that's only needed if the sun ain't shining, I guess. A timer, not sure what that's doing, but I can tell you that there are a bunch of exterior electrics lights and such that seem to have a mind of their own, so maybe they're timed. I haven't seen any light sensors. Again, you've got your sort of phase indicator there, and this is interesting. Bottle fuses. Last time I saw bottle fuses was when I was holidaying in Eire in 2019 and drinking far too much Guinness. In fact, to the point where I just can't do Guinness anymore. I've ruined Guinness for myself. I wonder why there are bottle fuses there. Somebody tell me about bottle fuses. We just don't have them, domestically at least, in good old Blighty. They're just not a thing seen, but obviously out in Europe, they are more of a thing. Just wondering what they might be doing there, because they're not labelled at all. Yeah, interesting. I've also rather cheaply stuck this Wilman Electrical sticker on the board. Wilman Electrical over in Australia. Do go check out their YouTube channel. This was sent to me via the James Beck Postal Service. Thank you, James. So I've gone and adhered it here on this Greek island, which I'm sure is going to cause maximum confusion to the next Greek Sparky who turns up to service this thing. I wonder if I can channel my acting skills to recreate what that might be like. Yes. I did a rather marvellous stint in a Hamlet back at my old school, which received some rousing reviews in the school papers. A regular tour de force, I believe they said. Let me see if I can bring that to the fore with how a Greek electrician may interpret seeing this sticker. Oh. What the bloody fuck is this, matey peeps? Who the fuck are Wilman Electrical cocksuckers in Australia? What are they doing on my Greek board here? What the bloody fuck cheek? Dirty bloody fuck, innit? Thank you. Oh, thank you. Too kind, yes. What can I say? I didn't choose acting, acting chose me. I'm not a huge fan of the old European accessories. The Schuko plug, I don't know, it's just a bit of a clunky thing, isn't it? I suppose, it's not as big as a UK plug top because it doesn't have to contain a fuse. The circuits here all being low power radials, unlike our rings. Does mean as well, of course, that polarity is not a thing here. Obviously, we need to keep our polarity present and correct so that the fuse is always in the line and not the neutral. I don't know, there's just something I always find a bit inelegant about the accessories. Gotta say, it's one thing that I prefer back in Blighty. I know there's going to be lots of Europeans who perhaps don't agree with that, but what can I tell you? Never was one for the sort of the look and feel of the things. They're all right, but they're just not my cup of tea. Looks like they fit the same sort of back box as we have. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. So yes, of course, when we Brits abroad go abroad, they're using these things, these presentation converters. That's an interesting one, isn't it? In order to get our good solid British plugs into a Schuko European hole. Yeah, well, you wouldn't think there'd be quite so much difference between the UK and Europe, would you? But there you go. I suppose it's almost like the difference between America and Afghanistan. One's a country run by gun-toting religious maniacs intent on suppressing women's rights over their own bodies, and the other, I suppose that goes either way as well. But enough of all this diversion. I'm using my Greek getaway to catch up on some emails, which is sad and pathetic enough in its own right, without my pulling apart foreign fuse boxes. I'm going to point out some of the ass pain having a presence on the mighty interweb attracts, my own website homepage, current at the time of recording, displayed as it is here. It's important to have a web presence in this day and age, even if it's just a placeholder page that briefly describes what you do and how you can be contacted. Take Nick's here, which is all innocent enough, maybe even too innocent.
Hello, my name's Nick Bundy, and when I grow up, I want to be an electrician.
Never mind, Nick. Maybe you'll have hairs on your balls one day. If not your own, then I'm sure Nigel will offer to put his beard there if you ask him nicely. Buying a domain and bolting together a basic web page isn't difficult or costly, although there are plenty of people out there ready and willing to pull your pants down, like with everything else. I like to think that I myself have one of the best tradesperson's websites out there, as it's absolutely chock full of spiffing information explaining what we do and don't do, our terms of business, prices, free advice, and blog articles. Sure, it's not professional in the language that's sometimes used. You all know I like a good profane outburst as much as the next drunken plumber. But my website has one job: to convince potential clients that Nigel and I are the guys they want to throw their money at. And anyone poking around on this thing ought to figure we're not rank amateurs or fly-by-night cowboys at least. Love us or hate us, when it comes to electrical work, you could do a lot worse. At least we give a shit about trying to do it right, and I think my website gets that across. Eventually. But you know, they say imitation is the best form of flattery, and if you visit some other electrician websites, you'll find items I've written that have been cut and pasted under their own names, especially when it comes to pages like terms and conditions, data protection policy, and my community support offering. I guess people just don't want to write that sort of stuff for themselves, and that's probably fine, as long as I don't get wind that anyone is claiming to be the author of anything I've personally penned. Although it does boil my piss a little that content and style written uniquely for my own web presence pops up elsewhere, making it, well, no longer unique. Nonetheless, my website is now 10 years old and perhaps looks it. It uses a default template on a content management system that was perhaps already dated when I first sellotaped it all together back in 2012, but I find it works and it does the job in a utilitarian kind of way. Generally, visitors can find what they're looking for fairly efficiently, but that doesn't stop the likes of the Yell directory service from occasionally contacting me to tell me my website is crap and that they can make me a better one for a fee. Yell's idea of a great website is one of those annoying ones that's constantly throwing out headlines. Take Huel here, which is presented as a continuous sales pitch. This isn't the worst example, but it's like the damn thing is shouting at you as it aims to sell, 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 and that's fine for an international product trying to hook in an audience. But if you're a fartbox contractor working for yourself, then you have to be careful not to come across too aggressively in this way. You want people to invest in you as being the right person for the job. They're looking for someone who can be their go-to guy going forward for electrical work, so they never have to bother shopping around again. Nick's doing it right because his site is clean and to the point, and the picture of him and his van, or his younger self and his old van, help potential clients to engage with who they're hiring. Mistakes I commonly see are the one-man bands who try to pass themselves off as being a large team, perhaps with a free phone number and a load of blarney with "we can do this" or "our team can undertake that," which often doesn't wash, especially when you're courting domestic customers. Homeowners want to feel like they're dealing directly with the person who is going to be performing the work, not someone who'll send a team of buttock-scratching, disinterested lads around to throw it all in. The only problem with my website as far as I'm concerned is that it can be awfully wordy, and Yell think the public can't be asked to trawl through paragraphs of babble. Maybe they're right, but that's the reason they would like me to replace my content-rich web presence with some shouty nonsense that contains stock images, a phone number, a link to reviews collated on Yell itself, and little else. Personally, I like the written word, and I'd rather pen a blog article than make one of these friggin' videos, even though few people read them. That's okay. The exercise is in penning the piece. That's what gives me a fuzzy glow around the trousers. What do I care if nobody tunes in to read it? If you can have a poke around at other tradespeople's websites, you'll soon spot the ones the likes of Yell have bolted together, as they're all laid out in the same way. They're not as bad as they used to be, where you could tell them instantly from repeat overused stock images or images that look jarringly out of place. Take these grinning fucks who don't look like they've done a day's tool work in their lives. This clueless wanker's probably going to try and knock nails into bricks with that spirit level. This is clearly an American stock image of what an electrician is supposed to look like. I can guarantee you won't find UK Sparks wearing jeans or fucking dungarees. Same goes for check shirts and leather tool belts. Why, it's simply not cricket on these shores. And somebody at least get this arsehole a hard hat that fits. So if you see snaps like this on our grey and windswept shores, you know it's been stuck together by some third party like Yell. There are worse stock images that end up doing the rounds, I guess. Like this guy here. What in the name of God and sunny Jesus is he supposed to be doing? There's a knockout box in the wall, and he's screwing a socket onto another knockout box that isn't in the wall. What a knob! Or this lass who presumably can't figure out why her clamp meter is showing 0 amps. Lorks a lordy. But there's nothing wrong with having the likes of Yell bolt a website together for you should you lack the ability to do it yourself. Even if it is the same as everyone else's, it's better to have a web presence than not. Just make sure any third-party website builder doesn't embarrass you with any daft images. Sites like Wix make bolting a basic website together to be not too painful if you want to have a go, and a hosted website has the advantage that backups, security, and updates are taken care of for you. I used to host my website on a server based in my own home, but I moved it off to a hosted platform where some other poor sucker has to fight against the Russian hackers. By the way, I recommend Crystal Hosting, and there's a referral code in the description. I had one salesman at Yale tell me in December of 2020 that I was crazy for not letting them remold my shit. Well, okay then, you show me one example of a Yale website for a trade that has more information than mine or does a better job of selling us as the people for the job. I acknowledge that my website might actually put someone off from using us, but we are no-nonsense guys, and the content therein makes that quite clear. Show me any electrician who can claim to have a better site. I challenge you. Yeah, that's right. I'm claiming that mine's the best, but come on, motherfuckers. Somebody prove me otherwise. Oh, I know that sounds dreadfully boastful, but I get emails from folks thanking me for the content after they found what they were looking for in an advice or blog article. And regardless of whether you find the thing too wordy or the layout too dated, a lot of hours have been invested into it for the purpose of conveying useful information to world plus dog. But with a web presence comes web scams and spams, and it's those that form the cut and thrust of this video, such as with the following nonsense.
Hello, do you have a quick moment to talk about some observations I've made on dses.co.uk?
Wouldn't have thought so, love.
There are a few strategy redirects where I think a tremendous difference could be made to double your keyword rankings, get you more visible on Google page 1, increase your traffic, and improve your revenue significantly.
You know, I know that there are failings with my website, and particularly with the domain names, there being both the .co.uk and .uk, which causes confusion. But I just don't care.
Would you be open to having my consultants briefly get in touch? They can show examples of their work, in addition to composing a detailed report to illustrate their points. I just need to know the best time this week to reach out, as well as the best line to connect. Please let me know your thoughts.
Oh, hey, here's a thought, Olivia. I don't give a fuck about Google or for any SEO muppets who think being on page 1 of a fucking search engine is of business critical importance. Most of my work comes through partner trades, word of mouth, the printed parish magazine, and a pool of satisfied customers patiently built up over the past 10 years. Not many people perform a cold drive-by for an out-of-the-blue electrician, unless they're really new to the area and have nobody else to ask. Besides, anyone not bothering to shop around after page 1 deserves whatever their lazy dumbass gets. But even if I were in the market for SEO, why would I trust any proclaimed expert who doesn't even have their own domain name? This missive has come from a fucking Gmail account. I mean, put your own house in order before making any bullshit claims about what you can do for me. Let's see your domain on page 1 of the fucking Google if you're so shit hot at your game, Olivia. Obviously, this is a scam, an attempt to fish some information or something, although I don't know whoever would be daft enough to fall for something so lazily presented. Here's another.
Hi, we can place your website on Google's first page. We will improve your website's position on Google and get more traffic.
Uh-huh. I doubt you could direct traffic if you donned a policeman's uniform and stood at a crossroads.
Below is the brief overview of the activities we will perform at the time of SEO. 1. On-page optimization. 2. Off-page optimization. 3. Keywords research. 4. Content writing. 5. Google penalty testing. 6. Backlinking testing. 7. Classified ads. 8. Site structure optimization. 9. Secure Google My Business. 10. Reporting setup. Let me know if you are interested. I will send you our SEO packages and price list.
Look at point 4. This asshole is offering content writing and he's capitalized the word writing, but not capitalized the product name of Google My Business in point 9. Why would I want you to write content when you don't know how to correctly use a shift key in your own introductory email, you clown's penis? And again, I'm supposed to believe that this is a shit-hot SEO, yet they're emailing me from a fucking Yahoo address of all things. It's like someone emailing you to explain how the modern internet works, but them sending it from an AOL or FreeServe account. It just doesn't add up. Let's see what johnr.647489@gmail.com has to offer.
Hello dses.co.uk, greetings of the day.
Fuck off.
No matter what kind of company you are, whether an entrepreneurial startup or an established business with an existing reputation, digital merchandising and online publicity plays a pivotal role in the achievement of your online and offline goals.
The point, if you please.
I have analyzed your website thoroughly and would like to convey that your website needs to be rectified and updated with latest guidelines and current algorithms of Google, which will definitely create a huge impact in your business as well as growth of your website.
Oh, heaven forfend. I need updating and anal rectification, or I might get kicked off the fucking Google.
Sounds interesting? Revert us with your query so that our optimization process and many other technical factors can be sent to you on your request, or alternatively, you can provide me your contact number and the best time to reach you.
John, I kindly invite you to suck my balls with your busted English. It's not awful, and it's not been sloppily run through a translate site, but I've analysed your spelling and sentence structure with the same token glance in which you claim to have analysed my website, and I have determined you're talking out of your arse.
Hi.
Hello.
I came across your website and wanted to send you a quick note with a few simple changes to make your site more user-friendly.
Ugh, you've already talked yourself into a hard sell with that overuse of caps lock.
I'm an SEO expert and I helped over 250 businesses rank on the first page on Google.
Oh, and that misuse of parentheses. Don't get me wrong, I'm no grammar snob. I've only a GCSE grade D in English myself. But anyone claiming to make my written content more user-friendly ought to be able to drive a friggin' keyboard.
Best discount is being given by our company at this time. If you are interested, then I can send you our price list and proposal.
Oh, was that it? That's the worst yet. It took me longer to complain about it than to read it. This fucker's not even trying. Still, we'll have just one more because these are all about as tedious as each other, and I have many more examples I could plough through.
Dear owner, if you have 5 to 10 minutes free anytime this week, I would like to talk to you about my plan on how I can help revise your website and improve its performance. And no, I am not expensive at all. Think about it. If I can't convince you in 10 minutes, we'll pretend we never spoke and I'll never bother you again. Let me know your thoughts.
Here are my thoughts, Frank. If you've really assessed my website, you can do better than to address your spam to Dear Owner. My name's in the fucking company title. And you can stick those apparent air quotes right up your arse. I don't need to give you 10 minutes of my time to figure out you're a twat. It's all right here in this email. Bizarrely, there's a linked address to a domain in this one, but Frank's another shit-hot web expert who fires out his bullshit via Gmail. The trouble with SEO is if everyone's fighting to get onto page 1 of the Google, then surely not everyone can be successful, and the only people who can really cash in are Google themselves, who long ago lost interest in presenting search results that were actually useful in favour of sponsored results and affiliate shopping links. This is the view of Dominic, who has a new way to try and extract cash from those who still believe the Google is the be-all and end-all.
Good morning, we are 3 university friends who developed a new approach to search marketing and I wanted to ask if this might be of interest to you. The basic idea is to add your brand as a new autocomplete suggestion in the search engine, so users see DSES while they are typing, DSES electrical, for instance. This is different from conventional online marketing approaches, such as SEO, or paid ads, which are often ineffective and too expensive, because everyone is using them.
But it's not just these fake SEO dickheads that a web presence attracts. Having a links page also drags in the nonsense, and these tedious knobheads all use the same sort of script. Observe.
Hi there. We know every person's mental health experience is different. The chronic pain and struggles that accompany cancer increase a person's risk for opioid and alcohol addiction.
Yeah, I'm living the alcohol addiction.
Given how common cancer and addiction has become, we made a point of including alcohol abuse in cancer patients. How does alcohol increase cancer risk? Tips to prevent drug addiction in cancer patients. Treatment for opioid and alcohol addiction in cancer patients.
The point, please, if you would.
Would you share this helpful article with your audience on the useful links page of your site to further support families looking for ways to encourage their mental health? I look forward to hearing back from you soon.
Of course, they're not offering me anything to place their link on my site, but they charitably feel it would be of genuine benefit to my readers. Well, cheers. Here's what happens when you don't respond.
Hi there. We've been trying to get in touch with you for a few weeks now about including my organization's Preventing Drug Addiction in Cancer Patients, and I haven't heard back. I look forward to hearing back from you soon.
And if you ignore them a third time?
Hello again there. Over the past month, I've sent you a few different emails regarding my organization's webpage, and we were wondering if you would be interested in adding one of our articles as an additional resource for your readers. Heavy alcohol use is linked to a doubled risk of liver cancer. The more one drinks, the bigger the risk of developing liver cancer, which puts heavy drinkers in danger.
Fucking hell, I'll be needing these buggers myself soon. I better keep that link handy.
Please let me know if you will be willing to include our new page as another valuable support resource.
One almost feels bad as the level of desperation increases. But I did once let one of these ambulance chasers onto my site back in the early days, as their article about asbestos did contain relevant information, even though I knew they were trying to boost bookings in a private clinic in the US. But once the dumb fuckers got a foot in the door, I was harangued thereafter with requests to host links for all sorts of other articles that would apparently be helpful to my readers and send potential patients through their doors. I soon removed the link and told them to fuck off, but they're always trying to get back in. Here's another example, and unlike the Yankee Doodle Donut sending the last one, this here's from someone supposedly called Mike back home in Britain.
Hi David Savory Electrical Services.
Just David will do fine, Mike.
With the government recently announcing new green home renovation grants, a lot of homeowners now are starting to optimize their houses for sustainability.
Oh.
That's why I wanted to reach out to share our new guide called Upgrade Your Home, the complete guide to green and eco-friendly renovations for homeowners.
I hate people who reach out almost as much as I hate people who use air quotes.
I think this comprehensive guide would sit perfectly on your page.
Oh, do you indeed, Mike? So, let me get this straight. You make money by driving traffic to the site that your useful guide is on, and you'd like me to edit my website in order to divert my visitors in your direction. For free. And tell me, if someone has landed on my website, miraculous though that may be, seeing as all the SEO wankers figure nobody can find me on page 1 of the Google, why exactly would I then want to send them away over to you?
Hello David Savory Electrical Services.
Just David will do fine, Mike.
I was wondering if you have the time now to further discuss my suggestion a few days ago. Do you think it makes sense to include this on your page here?
Not really, there's still nothing in it for me. Ask me again in a few days.
Good day David Savory Electrical Services.
Just David will do fine, Mike.
I hope your week is going well so far. I just wanted to ask if you were able to check out our guide. Or is there someone else in your team that handles my request? If so, could you let me know so that I can follow up with them instead? Thanks in advance and I hope to hear from you soon.
The familiar whiff of desperation that always creeps into email number 3. I'm getting nowhere with you. Perhaps you could direct my unsolicited spam to a colleague who won't be pissed off receiving it. I don't answer because it is spam and I find it difficult enough to keep on top of my legitimate emails and customer queries without engaging with someone who's interrupting my day, trying to get me to edit my website so I can drive my traffic into their pockets. And you know what? After email number 3, it goes back to the beginning a month later. It's all automated. No real person at their end has to lift a finger, unless someone responds to the shit they're flinging out into the ether. Still, at least this type of nonsense has a game plan. There are more bizarre things out there.
Good morning. By way of introduction, I am Mark Schaefer, and I represent Nutritional Products International. We serve both international and domestic manufacturers who are seeking to gain more distribution within the United States. Your brand recently caught my attention, so I am contacting you today to discuss the possibility of expanding your national distribution reach. We provide expertise in all areas of distribution. Our company has a proven history of initiating accounts and placing orders with major distribution outlets. Our history allows us to have intimate and unique relationships with key buyers across the United States, thus giving your brand a fast track to market in a professional manner. Please contact me directly so that we can discuss your brand further.
Are you fucking stoned, mate? It's always the ones who claim to be specifically attracted to your brand who seem to be the most oblivious to what your brand is all about. What was so attractive about a domestic electrician in the middle of England to this ass clown over in the States?
Hello, I would like to invite you to become an official business partner at Leamington and County Golf Club.
Well, at least this one's geographically correct. The golf club is behind my house. But let's cut to the chase. How much is this going to cost?
The club would like to build a long-standing relationship with a company who can provide the members and guests with a personal and professional service.
How much?
Leamington and County Golf Club has a large membership of both men and women which is made up of business owners, senior management professionals and affluent individuals. Our unique concept will allow you to reach the members on a personal and professional level.
How much?
We would like to give you the opportunity to speak directly to the members via the club newsletter and member seminars. We will also showcase your company and services on the new in-house TV and website, which will be frequently seen by all the members and guests. We will only be accepting one company from each industry as a partner, to ensure you receive the maximum exposure and return on investment.
Oh, you know it's going to be expensive when they play this card. Quick, chuck us all your money before one of your competitors gets in.
Business partnership features. Your 20-second company advert shown every 20 minutes on our bespoke in-house TV displayed in the bar and lounge.
The TV that, I suspect, won't even get switched on half the time.
Your branded banner advert on the Leamington and County Golf Club website, below the flyover of your associated hole.
You don't want anything to do with my associated hole, my friend. Let me assure you of that.
Company profile including member and visitor offers showcased on the business partner page, on the Leamington and County Golf Club website.
Notice there are no statistics on how many hits these pages get, because they get fuck all.
2 days meeting room hire. Personal introduction to the members in the newsletter. 12 times 4 balls of complimentary golf. Value £2,500.
I don't play golf, and I doubt very much that this valuation holds any water.
Member seminars. Social membership. 20% discount off food and drink.
I'll stick with the Hungry Horse pub, thanks.
POS, flyers positioned in the clubhouse.
POS? Piece of shit. And flyers littering the clubhouse? I doubt it. But come on, how the fuck much, mate?
Our exclusive 12-month partnership is available for just the equivalent of £20 per week. Please let me know your thoughts.
So many people seem to want to know my thoughts. My thoughts on this kind of malarkey is that they want me to put my money where their mouths are. When it comes to advertising, I can pony up about 75 quid for a half-page ad in the parish magazine, and that'll get pushed through every letterbox in the suburb. That's a safe bet, because damn near everyone will flick through it. The old grannies, the curtain twitchers, new money to the area, the curious, the bored. Every one of those mags will get leafed through before it ends up spinning into the recycle bin. On the other hand, this sack of golf balls is nonsense, and when they start trying to lure you in as the only business of its type, that should rightly set alarm bells ringing. This is a bespoke marketing offer, and it's completely unproven. Maybe the bar staff will turn on the TV and someone will heed an advert on display. Maybe the flyers won't get used as beer mats and will be binned off for making the place look untidy after 3 days. Maybe some golfing wanker with deep pockets does happen to be on the lookout for an electrician as they browse the whole guide on the website. Or maybe not. 20 quid a week is over £1,000 in advertising for a year, and that's a lot to recoup for what is a disinterested audience. After all, the punters are there to play golf and exchange funny handshakes, so if Giles wants a spark, he'll ask Sebastian for the details of which tedious little man he happens to use, rather than looking at some half-arsed ad that might be showing pictures of me and Nige looking hairy and tired on screen in the bar. But I speak from experience here, and I've tried this sort of rubbish before back in my green days. I paid £300 to appear in the course guide at this very golf club a few years ago. I figured it was worth a punt, seeing as they're located right behind headquarters. I went in a few weeks later to pick up a copy to see how it had turned out, and the staff didn't seem to know what it even was. Eventually someone found a box of them hiding behind the counter in the club shop. They weren't being handed out to anyone as far as I could see, and that's the whole problem with this sort of thing. How am I supposed to know they'll keep up their end of the bargain going forward? Is my advert really going to be on the TV in the bar day after day? Does anyone really look up hole information on the club website? Do physical guides really get handed out? And even if so, is anyone even looking in them before they get rammed into the nearest bin? But no, these marketing assholes figure rich people play golf and they can make up a fee that surely any tradesperson will fork out to brown-nose themselves into their pockets. You wouldn't get this nonsense anywhere poor people frequent, like, I don't know, a doctor's surgery.
Hello. I am contacting you on behalf of the Whitnash Medical Center with an opportunity to inform its 6,450 patients that you are keen to carry out the electrical work they need, with the level of safety they are looking for.
Oh, for fuck's sake, you've got to be joking.
In a few days' time, the following message will be featured prominently on every page of the surgery website. Don't take chances with electricity. It can be costly and dangerous. Contact a local NICEIC registered engineer now. Followed by your branding and logo.
Let me guess. I need to be quick before my competitors jump onto this amazing opportunity.
Attached to the message is an opportunity for just 1 or 2 local electricians to promote their services and expertise to the surgery's 6,450 patients.
Brilliant.
Additionally, this opportunity will give you access to the 40 new patients that register with the surgery each month. The number of potential clients viewing your advertisement will significantly increase month by month.
And how many of these people are accessing the surgery website thinking that they really must get around to also finding an electrician? Indeed. So, how much have they calculated this questionable opportunity to be worth?
Our price for a single e-advert is £51.50 plus VAT per month.
Fuck off.
Our price for a double e-advert, providing you with exclusivity, is £77.50 plus VAT per month, and is subject to availability.
You must think I was born yesterday. There's absolutely no proof of efficacy. All the risk is on my part. You want me to cough up that much to flash an advert to a non-targeted and disinterested audience? Well, I guess it was a hard sell because she chased it up a couple of days later after nobody else snapped her hand off. When I last checked the Whitnash Medical Centre website 4 months later, there were no adverts for any local trades. So either this bullshit stunt hadn't gone live, despite it supposedly happening in a few days as originally stated, or nobody was daft enough to blindly hand over any real money. I would show you what the website looks like, but for several days now it's been wholly offline with this error message, so I'm sure glad I didn't pony up any money to appear on here. But then, even as I make this very video, a new and desperate follow-up follows up.
Dear David, being visible is essential to winning new local customers in a highly competitive and challenging market. Promoting your electrical services to the 6,450 patients at the Whitnash Medical Centre from its busy practice website 24/7 will provide the visibility you need. In a few days' time, the following message will be featured prominently on every page of the surgery website. Whether you need a single light installation or a full rewire of your property, contact a local expert electrician today. Followed by your branding and logo.
Next, please.
Hi there. I am Kevin, Domain Sales Executive from DN Advisor Incorporated. I consult really shortlisted names in the domain industry.
Really shortlisted? Does that mean a rare, valuable, or potentially extremely popular domain?
I was going through your website and thought that you might be interested in knowing that the owner of the domain name, Birmingham-electricians.com, is selling his domain at quite a cheaper price. The domain really suits the nature of your business. Kindly let me know your offer about this domain.
My offer? For Birmingham-electricians.com? My offer's the spotty end of fuck all, mate. I don't cover Birmingham, and even if I did, why would I want to pay you a presumably premium price for a commoner shite domain like that? I could go direct to my own web host and buy Birmingham-electricians.uk for less than £8 right this minute if I wanted something that generic. Besides that, the whole I was going through your website introduction rather makes it sound like Kevin was surreptitiously rifling around in my pants drawer while trying not to leave any fingerprints behind. It's an unseemly introduction, and if he knows so much about the value of domain names, how come he's spunking this toss directly into my handsome yet incredulous face, again from a friggin' Gmail address?
Hi there, did you receive my last mail? I am waiting to hear from you regarding this domain name. Let me know your final thoughts.
Kevin, you're a chancing prick, and my primary thought is that you'll never sell that dull domain name.
Hi there, hope things are great at your end. I haven't heard from you yet. So, thought to do a quick follow-up with you. Can you let me know what have you decided? Looking forward to hearing from you.
Obviously, my silence doesn't speak volumes to Kevin. Perhaps I should offer to buy Birmingham-electricians.com for £1 and point it to a site that simply reads, Kevin is a knob who sniffs underpants. But nobody sends more than 2 follow-ups, so let's open a wholly new email from a full month later.
Hi there, I am Paul, Domain Sales Executive from DN Advisor Incorporated. I consult really shortlisted names in the domain industry.
Hang on, I just had a feeling of deja vu.
I was going through your website and thought that you might be interested in knowing that the owner of the domain name Birmingham-electricians.com, is selling his domain at quite a cheaper price. The domain really suits the nature of your business. Kindly let me know your offer about this domain. Thanks. Regards, Paul.
Paul has a very similar writing style to Kevin. I wonder if he'll be good enough to send the same follow-up 24 hours later.
Hi there.
Aha.
Did you receive my last mail? I am waiting to hear from you regarding this domain name. Let me know your final thoughts.
Paul, I think both you and Kevin won't be able to even give that shitty domain name away.
Dear David, I am contacting you on behalf of the Croft Medical Center with an opportunity to inform its 15,000 patients that you are keen to carry out the electrical work they need, with the level of safety they are looking for.
Speaking of the same shit floating around for a second time, here's an opportunity to throw money at advertising on the website of yet another local medical centre. It could become quite an expensive game, this.
In a few days' time, the following message will be featured prominently on every page of the surgery website. Don't take chances with electricity. It can be costly and dangerous. Contact a local NICEIC registered engineer now, followed by your branding and logo.
I'll want exclusivity, of course.
Attached to the message is an opportunity for just 1 or 2 local electricians to promote their services and expertise to the surgery's 15,000 patients. It will also include links to your own website and online presence, so that patients can find out even more about you and why they should choose your service.
You can stick your fucking patients up your muddy U-bend. But of course, they'll chase it up.
Dear David, good morning, I hope you are well. Firstly, I just wanted to check that you received my previous email. Secondly, before this opportunity is offered to other electricians within the surgery's catchment area, I just wanted to give you a final chance to ask any questions you have, or to reserve one of the 2 spaces available. If you do, then please contact me immediately.
Girl, you go ahead and offer it to literally every other electrician in the catchment area for all I care. I've got no issue with my rival firms paying you for overpriced and ineffective advertising. Still, at least the website for this particular medical centre isn't offline at the time of recording, although I see no adverts for any local businesses on here, so either nobody forked over the green, or those behind the offer didn't keep up their end of the bargain when it came to going live in a matter of days.
Hello.
Hello! Please give me something new and different.
I'm the Chinese software engineer who hacked into your device OS.
Oh, bollocks.
I've been watching you for months now. The thing is, you've been infected with malware through the other website you visited. I have downloaded all confidential information from your system and I got some more evidence.
Oh my god.
In case you're not familiar with it, I'll explain. The virus gives me full access and control over your computer, or any other device on your network. It means that I can see everything on your screen, turn on your camera and microphone, but you don't know about it. I also have access to all of your phone and email contacts, as well as access to your social media accounts.
Why didn't my antivirus detect any malware?
Why didn't your antivirus detect any malware? Answer: my malware uses a low-level device driver built in your CPU, and I update its signatures every 4 hours to keep your antivirus silent.
Crikey, that all sounds like hard work. It's a good job I didn't get access to my fake BlackBerry.
I got access to your smartphone, and saw everything you were doing. Well, I got a video of you masturbating in the bathroom. Nice interior, by the way.
Well, it's not really my bathroom, you see. We're holidaying here in a Greek villa, and so...
I put together a footage. On one side of the screen is the video you're watching at the moment, and on the other side is your satisfied face. With one click, I can send this video to all your contacts.
Oh shit, he must mean this. I sure would hate for this to get out into the wild.
Do you want to prevent it?
Absolutely.
I understand your concern, especially since the video was quite vulgar. I can't imagine the embarrassment you will feel when your colleagues, friends and relatives see it.
Well, most of them won't be too surprised, I fear.
If you need to erase all of your collected data, just send .2 Bitcoin to a wallet that was specially generated for your email. Yes, it's that simple. My script will detect the transaction to the wallet and will automatically delete all the dirt that was collected on you. I will give you 48 hours to pay. Do not try to reply to this email. It may take it easy. Take it as a little life lesson and be more careful in the future.
Well, I feel I should pay this guy something if he's gone to so much effort to target me personally after gaining such amazing programming talent to author his undetectable virus that can bypass any security feature, access my computer plus mobile phone, and with it being updated every 4 hours. It sounds like an awful lot of work just to get a snapshot of me wanking in the bathroom. If you wanted a picture of that so desperately, you should have just DM'd me on Instagram and I'd have been happy to oblige. In fact, it would make a nice change, as most people usually aren't too chuffed to receive my dick pics. Anyway, I know he's not really got anything on me. After 23 years of marriage, my sex life has rather boiled down to a utilitarian jacking off into the open mouth of the toilet. I want a top tip here, fellas. If doing that, do remember to flush first. Otherwise it all just gets a bit weird.
Hi there. I am Uday, Domain Sales Executive from DN Advisor, Inc. I consult really shortlisted names in the domain industry.
Go away.
Hello, David. I'm getting in touch about your page. We have a guide on how to achieve a work-life balance when working from home.
Oh look, Mike's back, and he's got another article he can make money from. If only assholes like me would oblige in sending our web traffic his way.
Would you consider adding our guide to your page?
No, but again, silent contempt is met with follow-up emails, and not 2, but 3 this time.
Just a follow-up on my previous email regarding our data-driven guide that could be an excellent additional resource. Any thoughts or feedback on the guide I sent you? Just wanted to check if you've seen the emails I sent over the past couple of weeks. I know things could be busy right now, but I just wanted to see if you're interested at all in my suggestion for your readers. Let me know if I can come back to you another time. Just checking in to see if you've had the chance to review my previous messages. If there is any interest at all in this useful guide I had in mind for your readers, please let me know, and I'm happy to send over the details again. Have a great day ahead.
I intend to, Mike, and responding to you doesn't factor into it.
Dave has inquired for solar electricities in Warwick.
Solar electricities?
David has inquired for solar electricities in Oldbury.
Where the fuck is Oldbury?
Jeff has inquired for solar electricities in Toaster.
I don't cover Toaster.
Michael has inquired for solar electricities in Redditch.
I don't cover Reddit.
Mark has inquired for solar electricities in Tamworth.
I don't cover Tamworth.
Cameron has inquired for solar electricities in Smethwick.
I don't cover Smethwick.
Matt has inquired for solar electricities in Leicester. Tracy has inquired for solar electricities in Leicester.
I said I don't cover Leicester.
Crystal has inquired for solar electricities in Coventry.
Now I do cover Coventry, but I don't install PV.
Anne has inquired for solar electricities in Hales Owen. Dan has inquired for solar electricities in Birmingham.
I definitely don't cover Birmingham. Try birmingham-electricians.com.
Daniel has inquired for solar electricities in Banbury. Christopher has inquired for solar electricities in Ulster. Lucinda has inquired for solar electricities in Northampton.
Enough. Where the fuck is all this coming from? Whoa, twatties? Who are these monkeys and why are they flinging this garbage at me? Looks like another one of those parasite lead generation sites that try to insert themselves between an end client and a tradesperson. Some tyre kicker who may want electrical work goes to their site, they dangle the lead in front of trades who presumably have to pay to put in a response, and maybe it'll come to something or maybe it won't. Fuck do they care, they get paid either way. There are 1,004 sites like this, and any member of the public daft enough to use them in preference to seeking a working relationship with a local tradesperson who comes with a solid reputation deserves all the race to the bottom quotes they get. You won't find me jumping at the carrots these wankers are dangling. Fuck is this? Cost guides? Solar panels cost from £100? What chance has anyone got when they make a stupid claim like that? No wonder so many solar queries are coming in. They've got Joe and Jemima average thinking they can have a PV installation for a 3-figure sum. These PV projects must meet the 17th edition IEE wiring regulations. Oh, well done, kids. It's nearly 4 years since 18th edition landed, but whatever. You go on and convince the public they can get something for £100. I won't be wasting my time with the low-quality dog shit this attracts.
Hi David. Please could you help me get this introduction to the person at David Savory Electrical Services Limited who is responsible for the branding of your social media posts and profiles. My digital marketing agency have just launched a new service that focuses on helping business like yours to have a professional and consistent presence on social media. For just £375 plus VAT, our in-house graphic designer will transform your social presence with a consistent look and feel.
Yeah, don't sweat it, mate. My own in-house graphic designer has got us covered. And besides, you've no profile image, no links to any social media accounts of your own, and the domain you're sending from has no active website. Don't these people think to sort out their own brand image before blagging they can do it for others?
Hello, David. I'm sending this email because I found your article on rising damp at dses.co.uk. Stop your smoke alarm sounding when cooking.
What? That links to an article on smoke alarms. Nowhere on my website do I mention rising damp. What the hell do I know about rising damp?
But first let me introduce myself. I'm Alexis, and I thought maybe you could give us a link to this guide, Drying Times and Guide for Treatment of Rising Damp. I'll be really happy if you do link to it, and as a way of saying thanks, I can also give you a link from one of our partner sites. What do you think?
I think you don't know what you're talking about, Alexis. These things are a fucking plague. No doubt there will be the inevitable follow-up emails too. Oh yes, here's one now.
How are you, David? Did you get a chance to read my last email? Hoping to hear back soon.
And the note of desperation once again creeping into number 3.
Third tries a charm, David. Just checking if you saw my previous emails.
And then away she goes, although not for long I imagine. I'll expect I'll receive the same 3 messages purporting to be from someone else entirely soon enough.
Hi there. I am Sia, Domain Sales Executive from DN Advisor Incorporated. I consult really shortlisted names in the domain industry.
You've got to be shitting me.
I was going through your website and thought that you might be interested in knowing.
Next.
Hello.
Hello.
Unfortunately, I have some unpleasant news for you.
Well, there's a switch.
Roughly several months ago, I have managed to get a complete access to all devices that you use to browse internet.
Of course you did, sweetheart.
Afterwards, I have proceeded with monitoring all internet activities of yours. I proceeded with installing a Trojan virus in operating systems of all your devices, which are used by you to log into your email. Actually, that was rather a simple thing to do, because you have opened a few links from your inbox emails previously. Genius is in simplicity.
I'm pretty sure no genius was involved in the authoring of this email. But you go ahead and tell me about how I've been jerking off to something I shouldn't have.
I have also found out that you are a true fan and frequent visitor of adult websites. You truly enjoy browsing through porn websites, while watching arousing videos and experiencing an unimaginable satisfaction. To be honest, I could not resist but to record some of your kinky solo sessions and compiled them in several videos, which demonstrate you masturbating and coming in the end.
Well, the whole idea is that you come into someone's end, I guess. Nonetheless, I'm getting bored of these now. It's all just going around in circles.
Hi there, I am Paul, Domain Sales Executive from DN Advisor Incorporated.
Hey, Paul's back, and he's still trying to shift that stupid fucking domain name that nobody wants. Right, that's it. I'm done. I'm on holiday, for fuck's sake. The top 10 takeaway from this is as follows. Number 1. Do have a web presence, even if it's just a basic holding page showing your logo and contact details. An image of yourself and your van also helps the public to get to feel familiar with you when they're shopping around for someone they want to place their trust in. Number 2. Do buy a domain name that's fit for your business and not some generic nonsense being punted by arseholes. I use Crystal Hosting, and there's a checkout code in the description that might be worth something, or not. It's very easy to buy a domain name, and if you lack the skillage to put a website together, you can find local firms who'll do it for you at a reasonable fee. The key is, like everything else, to keep it local, to an outfit in your area who you can build a professional ongoing relationship with. If you prefer to use someone bigger, maybe go with the likes of Yell. They're a legitimate national brand, they're just not for me. Number 3, avoid lead generation sites like the plague. They're a cancer who don't weed out time wasters and leave you forking out for dead-end rubbish that often never amounts to value for money. If trades stopped signing up to them, these middleman motherfuckers would all die off. Number 4, only pay for advertising where you know there will be results. Parish magazines that drop into the letterbox of you and your neighbours are a win. Some sales asshole blacking space in a publication you've never seen and can't trust to be distributed, or some TV screen in a bar or waiting room that may never get switched on or show a blue screen of death day in day out, isn't worth anyone's money. If you don't know for damn sure who's going to see your advert, don't blindly hand over cash for it. Number 5, page 1 of the fucking Google is not the be-all and end-all. Google is not the only search engine in town, and the quality of its results have been hampered for a long time now as Google try to push crap at you that they themselves make money on. If you want to use SEO to improve results, choose a local firm in your area and never go with an internet cold caller who doesn't even have their own domain name. Number 6, open every email with a skeptical eye. There are blaggers everywhere. If it sounds too good to be true, it is. If it smells of bullshit, it is. If it's come out of the blue and wasn't something you solicited, bung it into the bin where it belongs. Number 7, don't respond to spam. Most is automated, even if it does purport to be from someone specific, and much of it is timed and scripted to sound almost begging by the final follow-up email where they insert the smiley emoticons. The friendly-looking face on the Gmail account it's been sent from either doesn't exist, or has been lifted from some real-world sucker's account. Even if from a legitimate marketing source, reply to such cocksuckers and they'll never leave you alone. Number 8, never link to other websites from your own unless you know and trust them. The links on my website are to valid entities, some being truly informational links for the actual benefit of my readers, others being affiliate links where both you and I can get something out of a product or service if we're like-minded enough to need the same thing. In all other circumstances, it doesn't pay to send your website visitors away. Don't drive your live traffic into some other fucker's pockets just because they asked you to. Number 9, if you put something on the internet, someone else may rip it off and present it as their own. There's not much point losing any drinking time over it, unless they're claiming authorship or are making money off it, in which case the likes of the Wayback Machine can serve to show who was around first if it comes to copyright legalities. I don't go policing sites that may have lifted content from DCES UK, but if you happen to come across something I wrote sitting on someone else's web presence, do drop me a line for my own amusement. Number 10, when you go on holiday, do treat it as a holiday and don't spend a day writing some stupid video with low quality sound that few will patiently sit through because it's not even about electrical work. Instead, be sure to send pictures of you drinking in the sun to those back at home whom you know are hard at work. Like Sammy here, who received one of my beer snaps whilst squatting in a hot portaloo located beside the busy A425. Although he did get his own back a week later when he caught me at work in the same way while he was in Vienna to watch a ballet. Yes, you heard that right. In a previous video we raised concerns that Sam's buying a French electric van dents his builder's image, and sure enough, a month later he's off to Vienna to attend a ballet. The world's gone mad, I tell you. Well, that was another exciting video, wasn't it, Nigel? What did you think about that one?
Sorry, mate. We gotta start again. What fucking video was it?
Well, you don't know, of course, because once again you had no involvement in it whatsoever. I did all the work, and you just turn up and drink the coffee. I don't know why I bother.
Sorry.
Why do I bother?
Oh, yes, a very exciting video.
It wasn't. It was a load of shit.
Oh,
So you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. But it's time for the coffee shout out. So it's been about a month since we put a video out. So apologies for that. We're just...
Well, it's been sunny, hasn't it? You know.
Yeah, I've been on holiday, of course, as you would know if you'd watched this video.
Yep.
But you haven't.
I haven't, but I did know you'd been on holiday.
You did, yes, because you were...
Because I was at home doing my stuff.
Enjoying a week without me.
Yes.
So we have a handful of people to shout out, generous types. So let's start with Kerry Smoyle once again.
Kerry Smoyle.
Thank you, Kerry Smoyle. Andy Hills, one of our regulars there, as is Mr. Humbug.
Mr. Humbug, yes, yes.
Venerable name, Mr. Humbug. Newly promoted to the Whores list, we have Liz Anya and Carl Ickbred.
Thank you.
Thank you, and welcome to the Whores list. I think we've got various whores on here actually. Mark has trouble getting his name to appear, and he always comes out anonymously. Don't know why that is.
I'm sorry, Mark.
I would suggest you figure out how to use your computer properly, Mark.
Yeah.
Everybody else seems to manage it. Michael Cox. Michael Cox. That's an interesting one actually, because we have had contributions from M. Cox Electrical. Is Michael Cox M. Cox Electrical?
I don't know.
Not sure.
Mickey Cox.
Yeah. It's well, you get your Mike Cox and you get your Mike Hunts, and we don't know quite whether Mike Cox is M. Cox. Do let us know.
Maybe.
Andy Karush once again. That's a great name, that is, isn't it? I'm probably not saying it properly at all. David Coles, thank you very much, David. You just missed the cut-off for the last video. Your contribution came in just as that one went into edit. We will be seeing you, of course, Mr. Coles, very soon to start your Stratford Rewire with your assistance, of course, because you're doing mechanical stuff that we can't be asked to do.
Yes.
Which is marvellous.
Well done.
Well done. Donovan's Alarms.
Donovan's Alarms. The greatest name in alarms, the best company out there.
Let me finish. Donovan's Alarms have not made a contribution, so we won't be mentioning them on this.
No, Donovan's Alarms. No.
Yeah. So scrub that. No, Donovan's Alarms did not buy us a coffee. So.
Oh well. It's the first time in a long while, so you know.
Special mentions go to Nigel at NJC Electrical. Yeah, how many Nigels can there be out there?
There's lots of us, and we're all great.
Nigel at NJC Electrical, because he, Linda, who's worked with us in the past, she's after some van time back in her native Sheffield, and Nigel kindly stepped up to the plate and took her out in the van the other day. If you're a Sparky in the Sheffield area and you want a mad woman on your van,
absolutely insane.
Why wouldn't you? Then Linda is your one woman to get. Also, like I mentioned, John Bagley at JB_tech_installations_ on Instagram. It simply trips off the tongue, that doesn't it?
It does. It kind of flowed.
Because I was down the pub with him last night. That's the only reason why.
Hence the bacon sandwich this morning.
Yes, hence the hangover cure this morning, which I'm just about to tuck into. In fact, if you'd like to take the microphone, Nigel, and we'll sack this lot off and see you on the next video, which is probably going to be in about 3 months' time, going by our current output rate.
It'll be when it'll be. It's as simple as that.
And let's hope it's a better one than this one, whatever this one was.
Yeah, whatever it was, I haven't got a clue. He's done it without me, so it's not going to be very good if I'm not involved. That's all there is to it.
This is our new little coffee area. It's nice and quiet, isn't it?
It is.
It's a secret place. We're not going to tell you where it is.
Yes. Mind you might be able to tell. I'm going to put this down. You can sit there and watch him scoff his bacon. It's not a pretty sight.
There's no
it's sausage,
butter,
isn't
no butter, no sauce.
No, but don't they provide sauce in there?
I don't know. Can't be asked to waddle back in there now.
They still here?
For fuck's sake. Let's get rid of them.